all thought Fujimoto had some pretty wild waifus in part 1 of Chainsaw Man, but I got some bad news. Before we dive into the new nightmares, I have to clear the backlog you degenerates demanded I missed. Okay, for some flipping reason, you wanted me to judge you on Princi, who is about the most random ass devil in all of Chainsaw Part Man, and what is wrong with you people? If you like Princi, you probably use in hente way too much, and the word goon isn't just a casual word in your vocabulary, it's a lifestyle for you. You've not seen the sunlight in so long that you've degenerated into someone who hisses and sizzles when coming into contact with vitamin D. I honestly cannot see what anyone sees in Princi as a type. She's literally just a spider, you guys. Why the freak you want to flap a spider? Oh, and speaking of, you freaks want me to do the ghost devil? I do not know why anyone would be attracted in the slightest to the ghost devil. You can't smash the ghost devil, it's the ghost devil. All it ever did was kill Himi Nation and scar me to the point I had to make a cope video on what would happen if Himi survived. I'm still coping! Whip hybrid. Now, let me cook here. Born in 1917 at the young age of 81, you like the Whip Devil because you want to idolize someone who believes they are a god. In reality, this lady would be the atypical Jujutsu Kaisen reader who skips all of the dialogue, then hops on Reddit to complain about the story making no sense while also getting mad at anyone who doesn't like Jujutsu Kaisen. And for some reason, that's what you want. You're a doomer who believes in the idea of pure chaos and destruction because you've dulled all of your senses. That being said, no, those whips though, yeah. Oh yeah, that gives you the thrill you're looking for. Suddenly complaining on the internet doesn't matter to you because the searing wounds of fleshy whips hitting your skin, oh, that just does it for you. You're only alive when you feel the slash of the blade because it hurts so good, whip mommy. Hurt me good even more. Now, I am ashamed to admit I missed Michiko Tendo, who is the tall lady with the really pretty hair and the scar. She's basically like the proto-Yoru. You like sporty women because you yourself are probably sporty or at least highly active. You're also a bit aloof in a sense, and you're pretty sensitive despite having a docile or stone-faced demeanor to you. So if you come across a situation where maybe someone else is crying or going through something, you may choose to leave if you are feeling overwhelmed, and chances are you may be. And it's not because you're rude, but because you got the Tendo-tism. And much like how Tendo has her contract with the Punishment Devil, you probably also wouldn't mind being punished by her. Not at all. Because let's be frank, you love a good woman with muscles to put you in a headlock and make you beg for it. This is Chainsaw Man after all, and it wouldn't be Chainsaw Man if you didn't want to get dominated by a woman with severe personality flaws. Though, I will admit Tendo is unique in that she's kind of a cool badass who absolutely needs fan art of her in a ninja outfit. So if you're a social media artist, maybe give that an idea for some extra content today, hint hint. Okay, now with those out of the way, let's get into part 2 of Chainsaw Man, which has a lot of very interesting and lovable personalities, that's for sure. So in part 2, there is a section where we are introduced to a new version of Special Division 5. Oh, that went well for them. Which has basically these 3 girls in it. First, we have this girl who looks like Nobara, then another one who looks like Himiko Toga from My Hero Academia, and this girl who is part alligator, part woman. The only one I can get a real read on is the one who clearly is Himiko Toga from MHA, and if you love Toga from MHA, you are in a league of your own, my friend. You have one hell of a blood kink, and to you, one bite just isn't enough. You need blood to be drawn and donated for you to get anything out of this relationship. Plus, you generally like very immature personality types. Sitting around, eating a ton of candy, sweets, playing video games, but only on the Nintendo Switch. You probably watch way too much TikTok, and you multitask to the point that you wear earbuds and then a pair of headphones, just so you won't have to confront the warning signals going off in that mush that is your brain telling you to stop. And please, just stop. So yeah, you're an absolute freak, and we love you for it. But good God, why Toga of all people? You cannot fix Toga, Jim. If Yuko is your waifu, then I love you and think that you are exactly what the human race needs. You love a good tomboy who is good-natured and takes care of the folks around her. And we all know you love fit girls like Tendo too, except with Yuko, you're a bit of a stray heart. You strike it out on your own, and you don't care what others may think about you or judge you as. Labels are stupid, and you know it. What really matters is the connections you make to other people and how your actions will help positively impact their lives. You give the emo girl your shoes when she doesn't have any. Why? Because you're a good boy or girl and you do what you want to do. I genuinely love these types of personalities, and I love you if you are one of these people, because this is actually what I sort of identify with as well. You're also a bit of a hipster, but not an insincere one. You actually buy things secondhand like DVDs, CDs, video games. Hell, you even use one of those CD players from 2003 that skips even if you move one step. Even if everything you wear is thrifted and hand-me-downs. And I would say something about body types right now, because let's be real, you just don't care about the physical features of Yuko. That's something that she can't help after all, and you just admire her for who she is. Wow, viewer who likes Yuko, and for that matter, probably Tatsuki Fujimoto, you guys and gals are good company. Please keep being you, because good freaking god, the Chainsaw Man fandom really is miserable right now, and I need anything I can get. Okay, Chef Mommy is a whole can of whoop-ass we gotta unpack here. I will admit, I like the Falling Devil's personality, because she's basically an 18th century French chef who you are absolutely stooping while CL isn't looking. As a personality, the Falling Devil may be one of the most purely attractive ones in Part 2, because what is there not to love? She has an amazing sense of dry humor, even in the most dire of situations. My favorite moment is when Denji tries to eat her, and she yells out that she is not a corn dog. We know, girl. You're the Falling Devil. You're not a corn dog. I mean, let's be real here. If we put that face on a normal human's body, she would be right up there in Part 2, and for many, likely overtake Yoru, Asa, or Fumiko, which we'll talk about later because you guys are freaks. Now, here is the thing. If you like the Falling Devil, you absolutely have been recommended Fuda Dine and Dash and Femboy Fuda House. I do not know what to say about you people, you infuriate me. You saw the tentacle hanging between her legs, and the first thing you did was search up how to unhinge your jaw like a snake. You are disgusting. And while I respect you for at least digging her personality, I cannot condone this behavior from you degenerates. Fun fact, those massive boobs on her aren't boobs. Stop it. Those are shoulders. Stop it. And yes, I can see the fan art that makes her chest look like boobs. Stop! You just simply have a Fuda kink. Stop! When you see a cake with a candle, you justify it in a split second because a cake is a cake even if it has a candle in it. You guys are horrible. That being said, though, I do like Meiki no Saki from Marriage Toxin, so, I guess you guys have a fair point, I suppose. Ugh, Christ on a cracker, you Fumiko lovers are dangerous people. I'm not gonna talk crap about any of you guys and gals, because if I did, I'd be hunted down and thrown out on the streets and beaten. So first of all, Fumiko lovers, they're beautiful people who have golden personalities. Your taste in women and in personality probably is amongst the best. You like to take your Fumiko out on dates to concerts and dive bars to listen to good and loud rock music. You guys also love singing together and really enjoy doing really artsy things. Every Christmas, you make your own Christmas albums and burn CDs and send it to Yuko. You also have a lot of hobbies that are interesting in their own rights. Whether it's writing music, knitting, or gardening, you revel in the act of doing a hobby that makes and brings you a sense of groundedness and peace. Alright, I don't care. In reality, though, you just love crazy psychopath people who are two-faced. Fumiko is in reality none of these things you think she is. You're honestly just here because she's hot and makes you feel alive in ways you never felt before. And she uses that to her advantage, too. She's basically like a Diet Makima. You probably have a general low self-esteem, though, because she's so hot and you go along with it because she's so hot. While trying to justify all of this craziness, you ultimately understand the things you daydream about for her and with her are a far cry from who she really is. But hey, this woman has one of the best tummies you have ever seen, and you just want to take a bite out of it so bad you justify everything. And the smile she gives you, which is just suggestive enough to throw you off the sit and back into the crazy pit of duplicity that is Fumiko, well, you don't care. So who is she then? Well, my friends, she is you shining a reflection back through the sharp and glassy glare. But if it's for the tummy, then it's worth it. And who needs introspection? Good God, look at Fumiko. Liking the content? Get this video to 2,000 likes, 200 new subscribers, and if you're on mobile, hype this video up. So, in many ways, loving Fami is like loving Kobeni. You just want to see your partner be happy. The thing is, you're also one hell of a degenerate. Loving Fami is about the same thing as saying you wish Catgirls were real, And I agree with you. They're cute as hell. You gotta fight allegations left and right that loving cat girls makes you a furry. It doesn't. But you are a furry if you love power, though. That much is certain. Anyways, Fami is different because, like loving cat girls, the joy of Fami is loving her for who she is. You like the types who are skittish and are scared of their own shadows. You also like clingy women who sleep a lot too, which is an upside for you because you're also kind of clingy and love to sleep. And you can fall asleep pretty much anywhere, even on a hard surface. Sweets are a big deal for you. You love all sorts of sweets. Simply put, you just love women who have messy hair, look at you with mouth open and half covered with their hand, which is also covered by their sleeves, and with those big and round eyes. You love cat girls, my friend. That's the best I can tell you, dude. If you love Little D, you are probably the person that gets called autistic quite a bit, because you just may be. And that's alright, not judging, because you basically like those girls who remind you of Rei Ayanami from Evangelion. You love the plugs. Short hair, quiet, but with her own charm despite being a bit airheaded. Good news, though, is that you're cultured as well, because you love thighs more than you love life itself, and you're willing to prove it by being crushed by Little D's thighs. You're putting your life on the line, and your skull. This is what you live for. This is what life is for, and what you will die for, if you have any say in it. You also got a thing for the Gyaru types, too, because earrings and beauty marks are they do something to you. And that white hair, oh my god. When you combine all of that, you simply turn into a puddle before her. Oh yeah, you also wish she would digest you as well, because in your mind, she got that Gluck Gluck 9000. And we know what you are, mi amigo. If you love Mama Mitaka, then you are basically a lower form of a Himino lover somehow. So, you love MILFs, but there is something special about loving Mama Mitaka because she is an absolute mess. And a lot of it is not her fault, though. For the most part, she is a responsible mother who will do anything for her daughter. Even kill her own husband. You are the kind of person who would go out with Asa and immediately fall in love with her mom instead. I don't know. You may be the worst person to ever exist in that sense. You see a tired mom and you can't help yourself, man. To you, you see Asa and her mom side by side, and 10 out of 10 times you are picking the mom. You live for the apron, and you live for the drying the dish with the rag pose. For some reason, vacuuming the carpet brings you some sort of sick sense of elation. You freak. If anything, you probably hire her to clean your house on the weekends, and you truly are going to hell for all of those thoughts. Just go with Himino. Asa doesn't need another scummy dad, even if Mama Mitaka does kind of enjoy the idea of a younger guy of age. Oh, God, I hate that I had to type that out. That being said, if you're a good person, you probably see Mama Mitaka as a strong and courageous mother who is simply trying her absolute hardest, and that is what encourages you to keep pushing forward. Your mother is really the person in your life who gives you a sense of direction as she sets a fantastic example for you early on. This is actually what normal, well-behaved men and women would say about Mama Mitaka. That being said, I gotta be honest, I don't blame you either. Fujimoto had no reason to draw her mom like that. You know, actually, this is kind of what I imagine the Falling Devil to look like. Cool. Okay, so loving Asa Mitaka is about the most based, redeeming thing you could do. She is easily the most relatable character in the entire franchise. Her trauma bonding relationship with Denji is not only cute, but so damn compelling that I think we all collectively, no matter really who it is, all ended up adoring her by the end of this series. So much so that people are still begging for me to do videos specifically just on Asa. And I get why, because I myself, I kind of can't get enough of her either. I feel as if loving Asa is to say we sympathize and want to see Asa push through her struggles and make it through again and again. Her trauma, in a way, is what defines her struggles just like ours, because like a couple other characters in Chainsaw Man, Asa Mitaka is a mirror of who we are. We can imprint ourselves onto her struggles because they are so universal. This allows us to have a much deeper connection with her. I mean, who didn't cry or really scream internally when Asa begged for Denji to save her, finally achieving her character's entire reason for existence in that moment, which is finding a new purpose to love and push forward. And we all want Asa to blossom like the flower she is, because we want to blossom like the flowers we are. And this is what attracts us to her. All of her yapping, erratic and manic thoughts, her clear autism, these are just layers of charm that makes her who she is. And cool. She's just cool, isn't she not? She's cool, right, guys? She's unique, but at the same time, universal. While her perception of the world is that, well, we hate her, the truth is we love her because she's on the outside looking in, someone ready to transform into something amazing. You love to go on simple dates with your partner, like to the aquarium, I guess. Peaceful outings can just be as good as busy big events. So things like camping or simply pulling up a chair with her on the side of a nice little stream is perfect. Experiencing nature and all it has with someone is actually something you die for. Because after all, both of you have so much going on in your head, the only thing that silences the noise is touching grass with the most asatistic girl in existence, Asami Taka. Congratulations, viewer, you're a wholesome being, man. Here, have some hugs. You need it. I hate you. I absolutely hate you because you're a degenerate, you're horrible. There is no redeemable thing about you. You literally are in love with the fictional equivalent of a narcissist, incompetent dictator. You saw someone order a public execution for a slight and went, hold up, let him cook. I'm just saying, you guys who love Yoru are not fond of showers or social contact. You want Yoru to dress up in rubber, beat you until you suffer brain damage, even though you already have a lot of it. You want to cheer her on in waging war because you're just as much of a coward as she is. You're the type who can type up a storm in my comment section but not be able to say a single word face to face. You read Animal Farm and thought, well, that was a good idea. To simply put, you're an incel. However, that isn't everyone. This is actually a small, disgusting portion of Yoru fans. I have it on good authority that the rest of us who love Yoru are here for one thing: ass. Don't lie. Every time Yoru shows up in those tight jeans, you couldn't help yourself. I know what you were looking at during the fight with the Falling Devil. I know what you were thinking when she was sitting on Denji's lap. Those big red round eyes with that red scar and let down hair. Trust me, dog. I see you, and you are recognized. The moment where she goes bong, sends an arrow through your heart, and you know it's wrong because it's literally Yoru, but you can't stop it. Even worse is that you know the other half of her is Asa, so it's like, why? You see her self-indulgent narcissism and selfishness, and you hate it with all your might, but you keep coming back for more. You have a crazy woman obsession, and frankly, it's killing you. And somewhere along the way, you think that you can fix her, maybe if you get her to watch some progressive commentary. Just maybe. She'll stop dragging you to the military recruitment offices. Maybe she then won't be racist, but just maybe. Then again, the ass is just too good to give up. In the end, you know you're just a fool who can't control his bonner. Your fate was sealed the moment she turned the sailor uniform into a sword. Let's be real. Probably should have just stuck with Asa here. Even Asa's mom is a better choice. The actual nice one, you know, with the personality and will probably support you. I don't know. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you have any suggestions for more Chainsaw Man content, please leave them in the comments below. I will be sure to do them. For now, check out the same video here for Chainsaw Man Part 1 waifus. Make it a great day or not. The choice is yours.